From the time that Krisha was a little girl, she's been every mother's dream. I mean, she was the most adorable little girl, and she's grown into be the most accomplished, beautiful woman. And kind of a bittersweet moment for me to let her go, but I know that I'm turning her over to a very loving and uncaring man.
Growing up was a challenge with all of them, but when we moved into the house, it was a busy street, and we found out that David would just go out. He would go out the door. So we put sliding bolt locks, not to keep people out, but to keep David in. All of a sudden, David would go, and the doorbell would ring, and it would be a jogger. And they'd have David, and they're like, he was following me down the street. Because David, when he started to walk, he walked for like 2 days, but he ran. And then one day, he stopped running because he found what he was looking for.
What I do want to talk about is why Dave is such a good guy and he's such a good friend and he will be such a good husband. It's because of how much energy and passion that he puts into everything that he cares about. But more than anything, Dave just cares about the people in his life, and it's not just the best men and the guys that he knew really well growing up. It's everybody here, and it's the friends, the family, and it's amazing the energy that you put into just getting people together and just having a good time with people. I mean, I think this whole thing is kind of emblematic of that. But most of all, it's Krisha. And first of all, Krisha, you look outstanding. I think we can all agree about that.
Growing up, Krisha and I had a very typical sibling relationship. As we got older, we definitely started to care for each other a little bit better. I think we learned how to show our gratitude for each other. But she has been the best role model that I could have asked for. She always did the right thing, like to point out when I did the wrong thing, but always showed me what I was supposed to be doing. When she finally met Dave, we were so excited. We heard so many stories about him. When we finally got to meet him, he definitely lived up to all of the stories that we heard in a very good way, Dave, I promise. So we were just so glad to have you be a part of our family, so glad to treat Krisha the way you do. We know she's in good hands when she's out here. We were worried at one point in time that she would be that lady with the 100 cats and no husband, and we would have to take care of her, so thank you for ensuring that doesn't happen.
One's life is made up of all of one's experiences, both good and bad. And my life has been spent mostly with you, good and bad. And, the men we are today are the collection of all of our experiences. And to make a mistake is pretty human.
She's an amazing daughter, a loving sister, and a proud aunt. She's a caring, generous friend who's always there, always, to provide support, and a whole ton of laughs. But Krisha's love for others went to an entirely different level when she met Dave. I think it's pretty clear for those of us who witnessed your relationship grow from the beginning that this one was different, and he was the one. Dave, you are everything that I could ask for my best friend. You're genuine, you're kind, you're funny, you're a great cook, and you're not allergic to cats, which is a big deal.
And this is called The Ballad of David and Krisha. And this is for the older folks in the crowd, you probably remember this, but this is to the tune, or supposed to be to the tune, of the Beverly Hillbillies song that was on television. Let me tell you about a story about a kid named Dave, born in Hanover of Rip Road fame. Tim and Rory lived at both ends, couldn't find any better friends. Cronies, best buddies, pals. Started at the race school down the way, told me he'd quit after second grade. Hung in there until Hanover High, became hockey captain on his very first try. Cold rinks, early morning practice, travel teams. Out in Michigan, a new girl came. Krisha Deering was her name. Loved to dress up, and when high school came, softball and cheerleading were her games. Parties, Rah, rah. Boys. So little Miss K decided to come east, brought all her cats the mighty beasts. Got her MBA from old BC, settled down to live as a Boston Southie. Reading, gardening, drinking wine. Krisha and Dave searched a lot. Harper Festival Brewery provided the spot. Good friend Ashley introduced them. Boston sport teams hold their interest since then. Red Sox, Bruins, Patriots. So now we all gather to wish them well. Off to Bali, they'll have tales to tell. Hope you all had a great time here. Maybe there'll be a third Sutton by next year. Wedding bells, friends, new family, the best.